You can count on continuing with allegations of abuse and dangerous conditions at Augusta State Medical Prison. That facility is on Gordon Highway, not far from Fort Gordon. It houses inmates permanently, some of them with mental health needs, while others visit just for medical care. The prison's capacity, about 1,300 people, according to the Department of Corrections website. News Channel 6's Ann Maxwell digging deeper into this case, and she's live in our studio now.
Brad, I've spoken with several people who claim they used to work as correctional officers at ASMP. I found 2 of them on social media, and the other 2 reached out to me. None of them wanted to be identified because of fear of retribution. Tucked away in Grovetown, Augusta State Medical Prison goes largely unnoticed by the outside world. But inside these walls,
roaches, rats,
a house of horrors. This man says he worked there for 3 years.
Why are you wanting to come forward anonymously?
just want to do what's right.
A lawsuit filed in federal court in Augusta alleges gratuitous excessive force by correctional officers over the course of many years.
I mean, you say something to the wrong person, you can get cuffed and taken to the elevator.
He says that's because there are no cameras inside the elevators. It's where inmates are taken to be beaten.
Were inmates ever severely injured from that?
Yeah. Oh yeah. All the time.
The lawsuit says prisoners with mental disabilities were often singled out for beatings. In the lawsuit, one of the plaintiffs assigned to the prison for schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, and other issues says he was assaulted while he was handcuffed and choked until he passed out. When he came to, the lawsuit says he was bleeding profusely from his nose and mouth. The defendants continued to assault him to the point that he could barely walk. Defendants then led him to an elevator, placed him inside, and rode the elevator up and down while stomping, punching, and kicking him in the face, head, and body. And when the inmates were asked about their injuries,
You fell downstairs while assisting them. I mean, hey, whatever the officers could come up with, and inmates didn't agree, well, go back to the elevator.
the price of silence? Sometimes just a can of soup.
You get 2 soups in return for 1. That's how they bid. That's their currency.
I asked my 3 other sources about allegations of beating handcuffed inmates. One of them said they had seen it. The other 2 told me they hadn't seen it, but had heard about it.
And it's not all officers are like that. Just a select handful.
They say some of those select officers are still there. That lawsuit was filed by the Southern Center for Human Rights on behalf of 3 inmates. And we repeatedly reached out to the Department of Corrections, Office of Public Affairs today. We've left multiple messages, made multiple calls, no word from them. And a new warden was assigned to Augusta State Medical Prison in December. Back to you, Brad.